राजन, काही हरकत नाही. आपण सुरू करू शकतो. लोक येतील, जॉईन करतील.
ओके. नमस्कार. पाश्चात्य नववर्षाच्या सगळ्यांना शुभेच्छा. मागे सांगितल्याप्रमाणे आपण आनंदाचे तत्वज्ञान ही मालिका आता जवळजवळ 4 आठवडे थांबवणार आहोत. आणि आज आपल्याबरोबर डॉक्टर शेखर मायनीर आहेत. आत्ता सध्या ते शरणागत मी तुझे या नवीन मालिकेचा ते सुरुवात करतील. त्यांची थोडक्यात ओळख करून देतो. बिफोर आय स्टार्ट, आज मी आता हे इंग्लिशमध्ये करून देतो कारण आजचं आपलं माध्यम सुद्धा मराठी असेल असं नाही, बऱ्याच इंग्रजी हिंदीचा पण वापर याच्यात होऊ शकेल. सो चंद्रशेखर मायनीर, ही इज अन एज्युकेटर, ऑथर आणि मुख्य म्हणजे न्यूरोसायंटिस्ट. कधी त्यांचं चॅनल बघायला तुम्हाला वेळ झाला तर अवश्य बघा. त्यांचं एन्झाईम्स रिसर्चमध्ये खूप मोठं योगदान आहे. त्यांनी He was a professor and director of pediatric neurosurgery research program, Eleanor Clark Research Scholars, and Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine, Chicago, was there for 15 years. And they did a groundbreaking research in spinal cord and brain. He has a best-selling book, The Gravity of Gratitude, Yogic Neuroscience and Understanding of Gratitude. It available आहे Amazon वरती पण. त्याचबरोबर डॉक्टर चंद्रशेखर यांचा योगासनांचा अभ्यास जवळजवळ 5 वर्ष आहे आणि त्याला ध्यान म्हणता येईल. जवळजवळ 25 वर्ष त्यांचा याच्यात अभ्यास आहे, अनुभव आहे. हिज करंट पॅशन इज टू सायंटिफिकली डिकोड द योगिक लिटरेचर इन मॉडर्न न्यूरोसायन्स. आणि सांगायला अभिमान वाटतो की त्यांनी आमच्या इथे बाल्टिमोरमध्ये सुद्धा ते जे व्याख्यान दिलेलं होतं ते सुद्धा लोकांना खूप आवडलं. साधारण या संदर्भात होते. Yogic neuroscience is a new scientific field. Dr. Shekhar is spearheading that with totally fresh logical interpretation and explanation of yogasana and yogic techniques in the light of modern neuroscience. His YouTube channel, Yogic Realization, where he explains very lucidly what yogasana, yoga, and yogic realization is. He has also put out a series of 21 videos, Yogic Neuroscience in Hanuman Chalisa. And recently, Shri Bharat, Charitamrut Sindhu, that is the one that is continuing. एवढे थोडक्यात ही ओळख करून दिली त्यांची. विथ दॅट सेड, डॉक्टर चंद्रशेखर, ओव्हर टू यू.
Thank you, Rajanji. This is a great honor to be a part of this group. Actually, Tattvagnan. Oh my goodness, this is so good. So I just my infinite gratitude to Vrushali Tai and Rajanji, you too, and everybody in the group. So let's start today's session with Ram Bhajan, Sri. Because we're having this Ram Ji coming in Ayodhya, I think it's a great thing to have everybody gets excited about that. Sri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Sri Ram Jai Ram, जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम, 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 जय जय राम, जय जय राम, जय जय राम. सगळ्या गुरूंना माझा नमस्कार. आणि आता थोडस आपण छोटीशी प्रार्थना म्हणू देवाला. ओम सहना भवतु, सहनो भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. So let me share my screen. Sir, today's topic is the gravity of gratitude. अहोभाव. म्हणजे ग्रॅटिट्यूड म्हणजे अगदी thankfulness to the extent, to the extreme. To understand gratitude actually, अहोभावला understand करायला हे समजायला, you have to understand grace. Grace means total samarpan. The understanding that whatever is happening to me today is purely because of absolute for no apparent, no, I did not earn it. Whatever I am today, whatever is happening to me today, whatever great is happening to me, I did not earn it. It is through fierce grace. अहैतुकी कृपा त्याला म्हणतात. Because of that is happening. हे अहोभाव आल्याबरोबर ग्रॅटिट्यूड काय तेव्हा कळते. काही काही लोकांनी ते पुस्तक वाचली, ग्रॅव्हिटी ऑफ ग्रॅटिट्यूड. काही काही लोकांनी सांगितलं मला. लास्ट टाइम मी तिकडे गेलो होतो बॉल्टिमोर एरियामध्ये, त्यांनी कुठेतरी 3-4 लोकांनी मला येऊन म्हटलं की मला फील का नाही होत, जितका तुम्ही सांगता की मला ग्रॅटिट्यूड असं आहे, असं झालं पाहिजे. म्हटलं नाही, तुम्हाला ग्रेस जोपर्यंत हे जे काही होते तुम्हाला तुमच्याजवळ आहे, जे काही आहे त्याच्यासाठी अहोभाव आल्यानंतरच कळणार ग्रॅटिट्यूड काय आहे. तर ह्याच्यावर हे सब्जेक्टवरच मी काही लोकांनी मला विचारलं की हाऊ डिड यू गेट एक्साइटेड अबाउट दिस, हाऊ डिड यू गेट एक्साइटेड अबाउट, तुमचा मार्ग काय आहे, तुमचा मार्ग काय आहे. हे तुम्हाला असं, मला तर असं वाटतं की तुम्ही सायंटिस्ट असून असल्या कशा मार्गमध्ये गेले. मी म्हटलं सायंटिस्ट आहे म्हणूनच गेलो. तर असं आहे. एक मी हे पिक्चर तुम्हाला दाखवतो. त्याच्यामध्ये ग्लास विंडोज आहे सगळीकडे. चारी ऑल द साइड्स हॅव ग्लास विंडोज, बिग वन्स. अँड हे माझी स्टोरी तुम्हाला ऑलमोस्ट लाईक इट्स माय ओन स्टोरी, बट यू विल नो व्हॉट वेन आय गेट टू दॅट. तर याच्यामध्ये एक पक्षी आला आहे आतमध्ये ह्या घरामध्ये, आणि तो तरफडतो की कुठे जाऊ, कसं बाहेर इतकं सुंदर आहे, तिथून आतमध्ये आला तो, त्याला परत जायचं आहे बाहेर इकडे. हे स्काय मध्ये परत जायचं आणि अडकलेला आहे तो आता इथे. आणि तो ही ट्राईज ऑल हिज बेस्ट टू हिट against this glass window. Then he goes here and he hits this glass window, and this side also, and the left, right, all both sides, every side he hits the glass window, and nothing happens. He's so desperate. After 1 hour he falls down. Okay, So what is happening here is this particular side of the house is Gyan Marg, right? Vedant, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, हे वाला मार्ग आहे. आणि हा वाला मार्ग आहे भक्ती मार्ग आहे. आणि इकडचा मार्ग आहे कुठेतरी इकडे एक विंडो आहे तो कर्म मार्ग आहे. आणि जिथून मी बोलतोय आहे ते आहे योग मार्ग. ते सगळे मार्ग तो that bird has tried every marg with sincerity. Nothing happened when he bumped his head in Gyan marg. He did not get that aham brahmasmi or Raman Maharshi experience. So he said, what should I do now? So somebody said, you have to understand, listen, Brahma Sutra was written by Vedvyas and he did not get satisfaction. So he wrote Mahapuran, Bhagavad Mahapuran. So why don't you do bhakti? Okay. Then I went there, this side, bhakti. And that did not happen. I did not feel the tears coming out of my eyes the way it was described in the literature. I said, this also is not working. I tried my best, still is not, fulfillment is not happening. Then I said, no, you should do karma. Absolutely, selfless action is necessary. Then only it will happen, otherwise it will not happen. And I went there also. And then I went to Yog Marg also. I did it sincerely. In fact, Yog Marg is what I started off with. Actually, my father initiated into yogasans and pranayam and all that very early on, at 50 years ago. So 55 years ago, I would say. So I was doing that without knowing anything, why it is happening, no understanding. I was just doing it. I said, okay. And finally, after struggling in almost intermittently here, there, and with all the satsang and everything, nothing is happening here. What is going on? And I fell down. That bird fell down here, over here. And the owner of the house was trying to figure out how he can help. So he was, instead of him coming and trying to make sure that the bird can fly from this end, although he opened all the windows, still I was not able to make it. It was that desperate situation. I was panicking. That bird was panicking. And suddenly that master came, picked up with a soft towel and gave me some drop. With the dropper, the bird is open the beak, and with the dropper put some water in my mouth, in the mouth of that bird, and then open the window and let it go. Now what that bird must be thinking now? That bird must be thinking, I was almost dead. That man could have put me in the fire and roasted and eaten up. But nothing. He did not do that. He helped me. He helped me find the same sky I came from. It was not that I did not know what that sky was, but now it is a totally different situation here. Now I am reveling with the sky because of the master. Although I did come from the same sky, I am reveling today now, and I am singing his glory now. What if that bird comes and sits here on this tree here, branch here, and he looks into this house through that place? All he's thinking is, can I just have another one glimpse of that master once again, just once? And what he does in order to attract the attention of that master, he sings a song, and he says, "Thank you, Aho Bhav, Aho Bhav, Aho Bhav." He's thanking. Similar such man was Sant Shiromani Sri Tulsidaji Maharaj. And in Vinay Patrika, he talks about forgiveness. Please forgive me for my trespasses. मेरो भलो कियो राम आपनी भलाई। हो तो साईं द्रोही पे सेवक हित साईं, मेरो भलो कियो राम, आपनी भलाई. Ram did good to me, not because I earned it. Because he was good to me, because of his goodness. राम सो बड़ो है कौन, मोह सो कौन छोटो. राम सो खरो है कौन, मोह सो कौन खोटो. लोग कहे राम को गुलाम हो कहावो, ये तो बड़ो अपराध है. लोग कहते हैं कि राम के गुलाम हो, तुम तो बहुत बड़ी क्या चीज हो, तुम यू आर द बिग टाइम मैन. और हमको बहुत अच्छा लगता है उसका कहना कि आई एम बिग टाइम, बिकॉज राम मेड मी दैट. It is just like, a straw floating on the river bed, riverside. The river itself made help the straw, right? But this straw is so arrogant that he sits on top of the river, on his head, river's head. This is what the situation is. Tulsidas is unbelievable, unbelievable. So how did I get interested in this? I had a first job at the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences in Bangalore in the Department of Psychopharmacology. And I just asked my mom and dad. I was born in Prayagraj. So I asked mom and dad to come over and stay with us. So they all came and stayed with me in Bangalore. One day I was going out, my father from behind the room, he said, "Did you take your vitamin G complex?" तो vitamin G complex घेतलं की नाही आज? Because he knew my attitude was horrible that time. So I said, I take my vitamin B complex, but what is this G complex nonsense? So I just went away. Arrogant, right? Arrogance, sheer arrogance. So I forgot about it all, and then he came home. Of course, I wasn't very happy with my job that time because of various uh, things that I wanted to do could not be done there. So I was frustrated, this, that, whatever that is. But one day, my mother always loves going to temple. And when she sees South Indian temple, it's unbelievable. She loves this. And and my father used to always accompany her, but never went inside. Always stood outside. In Prayagraj, the temples were like, the crowded and the shoes will get stolen, things like that. So my father used to always stand at the shoe and we all used to go inside. And this time when in South Indian temple the racks are there where you can keep your shoes and nicely everything will be good. But at the same time I asked this time, I said, Dad, why don't you go to दादा तुम्ही का नाही जात आतमध्ये मंदिरात? अच्छा प्रयागराज मध्ये तर आम्ही विचारलं नाहीये तुम्हाला पण आता इकडे कशाला नाही जात तुम्ही? इकडे तर सगळे शूज पण तुम्ही शूज आता तर गार्ड करत नाही पण तुम्ही आतमध्ये का नाही जात? तर म्हटलं हो तुझी आई पण हेच विचारते, पुष्कळ वर्षापासून विचारते, पण मी काही उत्तर दिलं नाही तिला. तिला बोलव आज, मी तुला दोघालाही सांगतो आन्सर. तर ही सेड दॅट तू कशाला जाते आतमध्ये? तर आईने म्हटलं की असं असं आहे, मॉम्स थिंग राईट, की असं शेखरचं ती बघितलं की माझा जॉब जरा टर्ब्युलन्स मध्ये आहे, तर त्याचं जॉब चांगला असू दे, तुमची तब्येत असू दे चांगली, त्याची तब्येत चांगली, मागायसाठी जाते असे आणि प्रार्थना करते आणि बस घरी येऊन जाते, असं आहे तिचं. तर माझ्या डॅडीने म्हटलं की म्हणूनच नाही जात आतमध्ये. That's why I don't go inside the temple, because people like you are there, so many of them, hundreds of them, and all are asking, and I might get sucked into asking, and that's why I'm afraid of going inside. So what I'm doing right now, I can't even thank for you and Shekhar and the house and the sky and the bird and the rabbit and the roads and the auto and the air, that I can't even thank any of them, because what I am constantly doing is thanking my breath. Because in one moment, at that very moment, I can thank my inhalation, and then I thank my exhalation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is all he was doing throughout all his life. He was doing thank you, thank you, thank you. And he was so in tears that moment. I said, God, I am not I will die a most ungrateful human being, because I have never been able to thank for so many things that you have given me. Don't have time for that, because every time, that very moment, I can only thank for the breath that I'm taking. And that's it. That was my, it was spellbound silence in the house. I did not know what to say. And my mother prostrated, साष्टांग नमस्कार घातला की नाही, मी किती गलती केली तुम. I was thinking you are an atheist, maybe communist also. And I was thinking you are ungrateful fellow. You never talk about God, never do anything. No satsang, no Bhagavad Katha, nothing. आज कळलं की तुम्ही सतत देवाला थँक करत असता. This is this is how I got into gratitude. And of course, my dad's in I was eventually finally I found out I was refused visa 3 times in coming to United States. And one visa was, the first one was from Rockefeller University, Dr. Gunter Blobel. He died eventually, but he was, after I had applied for visa, he accepted my application, and I was supposed to come there. Went to Chennai, got my visa refused. I went back to again. So this was the situation. 6 years later, he got Nobel Prize, and I called him from Canada, and I asked him, is it possible that I can come to you before the 6 year? He said, no, it will take 6 years at least, because I filled up the position. So anyway, so that was my this thing. But now I was unhappy in Canada also, because I could not work exactly on the same topic I was interested in working with Dr. Gunter Blobel. So miserable. I called one day to with my dad, and he told me the root cause of all your problems is, be it health related, relations related, career related, or money related, can be traced back to only one cause, and that is lack of gratitude for what you have already been blessed with. This hit me like a bolt of. I said, what do you mean? What I am already blessed with? I am blessed with the 1 year visa situation, and I am miserable right now, even more miserable than I was in Bangalore. And is this what I should thank? I say, yes, you should thank, yes, everything. Make a list of the thing that you're upset about and angry about. Make a list, and one by one go around saying thank you very much. Say that. I said, no, I cannot say that. No, try. Just try. Okay, take a breath. Take a breath. Inhale deeply. Hold for 7 seconds. Exhale. Again, hold for 7 seconds. Then inhale. Okay. Now, this is the exercise you are going to do. Now, when you're inhaling, say thank mentally. Don't worry about thank forward. Just say thank. Thank existence. अस्तित्वाला धन्यवाद दे. And hold for 7 seconds and exhale. And say when you are when you're doing exhalation, say you. And this is all I did. So this is the one. And when you're inhaling, do the ujjayi breathing, which means constricting your throat a little bit, so that that sound comes. And when you are inhaling, that sound comes. So when both the sound comes, this is what you do. Keep doing. And on the phone, he helped me do 7-8 times. And he asked me, so now you tell me what are the problems you have. I said, which problems? This is so fast. This shift in the attitude and the I was very interested in understanding what did he do that made this shift. From that moment, it's been like, I don't know how long it's been, 35 years almost, 36 years, I would say. That particular thing, I am wanting to know why it worked. So what is this sympathetic nervous system and what is parasympathetic nervous system and all that? This is what I was trying to understand throughout my life. And then I understood. So this is what the situation was with me. I was feeling very fearful, depressive, um, anger, of course, because I did not get visa, totally discouraged with my life. I was blaming the whole universe, other except me. I was blaming the whole world at that time when this happened. So this was the lower frequency vibration that I was emanating from my being into the world all the way. And this is exactly what I was attracting, more and more of it. Say, for instance, in Bangalore, I was 10 unit depressed. I was now 100 unit depressed now. Like every day there was this powerlessness and fear and depression, despair, all of this was increasing day by day, leaps and bounds, till my father showed me that there is another process that can get you out of it, and that is this green stuff, where the gratitude, empowerment, these are the higher frequency modulations, frequency vibration that we can emanate from us, and we can attract that. I said, Dad, how can I get from here to here? He says, just do this thank you protocol. Just do this thank you, and you will shift from here, bypassing everything and go directly here. I said, then what will happen? He says, then this particular thankfulness is close to consciousness. This vibrational frequency is close to consciousness means the astitva, Brahma. त्याची त्याची frequency is exactly almost parallel, almost. So there is an energy transfer. Resonance can happen with almost few uh, frequency differences. It can still go. So once you get to this point, you will be operating at you will be working with the energy of the consciousness, and that way you become a co-creator, because consciousness is the creator of everything. It is the unmanifest consciousness that gets manifested as whatever desires, stuff. All that stuff is coming from consciousness. So once you are get to this level, thankfulness level, the energy of consciousness is going to help you do whatever you want. So that's the wonderful thing. I say, man, this is good stuff. So what my dad was telling me was, if you're not feeling any of the green feelings, or the feelings, or you're feeling unfulfilled in life, then thank more for what you already have in life. So I said, what do you already have? Do you have hands? Yes, thank hands. Do you have uh, a shirt to wear? Thank shirt. Thank you so much for helping. You have a thumb? Yes. Eyes? Yes. Head? Yes. Eyebrows? Yes. Tongue? Yes. Teeth? Yes. Yes. Thank all of them one by one. Thank, because that will get to the frequency. Because if you're saying I don't have this, I don't have that, then you are doing is only attracting what you don't have. More of not everything. Whatever you will have will be destroyed also. So, and when you're done thanking all of them, thank even more. So that now you are becoming a co-creator. You can attract whatever you want now. Not by saying I don't have this. Say thank you that I am already having this, even though you might not see it. But you say thank you so much, and because of that, I already am. I am thankful for whatever that might be coming in my way. I am already thankful for them. So what happens? Suppose if I give you the pen, what happens? You will say thank you, right? But if you already have a pen and you say thank you, what will happen? So you already have it. So that's beauty. Now, if we are not operating on the level of, if you are operating on the red zone, the fear, that boredom, and the anxiety, and all that nonsense that happens in life, if we are operating at that level, what will happen is this HPA axis. Now, let me explain to you what that HPA axis. So, all the red zone creates stress. huge stress, and that causes cortisol release. How that cortisol release happens? Hypothalamus is what experiences the stress in our emotional brain, right? Now, when the hypothalamus experiences stress, just a little bit, it releases the corticotrophic release hormone. Don't worry about the details of the name and all that. Anterior pituitary also get activated because something get released, and that anterior pituitary act sends adrenocorticotropic hormones and activates the adrenal cortex sitting on top of the kidney. So that's why whenever you are totally stressed, there's something happen in your stomach, the butterfly happens in the stomach, that is because of cortisol, right? So this is what it is. So, but if there is an excess cortisol, what happens? There is a feedback regulation. So excess cortisol shuts this whole thing off, and then everything is fine. This is what it is. But if you are constantly unstressed, every moment, then what happens is, then this fear, stress, emotion will increase cortisol, make you fight and flight. But now we are not fighting or fight. We are sitting on the computer, maybe sitting on in your room. We are not running away. This was basically a guarding mechanism in our life when we were sitting on the trees and running around and trying to save ourselves from animals. This was the case. But that time we had the cortisol to run, so that we can climb up the trees and things like that. But now we are not doing that. So cortisol continuously gets increased and increased, and this particular feedback mechanism is not working anymore, causing inflammation. This inflammation is the cause for all the challenges that we face in our life. All of it. That is the inflammation first destroys the immune system. First thing. So whenever they have any stress of any kind, you can contact COVID by sitting inside your basement also. That kind of thing. Metabolic disorders happen, neurodegenerative disorders happen, autoimmune dysfunction happen, cardiac and digestive situation happen, and of course, the neuropsychiatric disorder, which is right now one in every two human being in this world. Not in this world, USA, I would say. Let us talk about much more specific. This is the latest report from NIH. Out of two people, one person is having some kind of a neuropsychiatric disorder, which is kind of anxiety disorder, delusional disorder, bipolar disorder, insomnia, PTSD, borderline personality disorder, attention deficiency, major depressive disorder, burnout. Oh, this one is real deal. Burnout, and not even now. Currently, there is a brain fog. Is called. They call it brain fog. I mean, son, absolutely nothing is happening in your brain. Nothing is happening. They don't know what to do. They don't know what not to do. They're just frozen. Chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, alcoholism. All this is because of altered immune system. All this is happening. So all the neurodegenerative disorder is basically a disorder of inflammation, cause inflammatory condition creating all this nonsense. So what happens when one practices thank you protocol? Thank you means when you inhale, deeply inhale, hold for 7 seconds, exhale, hold again for 7 seconds. And during this process of inhalation and exhalation, you're saying thank while inhaling and you while exhaling. So thank you for whom. If you are agnostic, don't worry. Existence. Thank existence. If you are a devotee, you can thank your Ishtadev. If you are not a devotee, you can thank Brahma also. It's okay. Whatever. So what it does, when one starts this protocol, whatever, even the challenges that trigger the low frequency vibrations, you start to thank them also now. Any problem that happens in life, thank, because it is not your creation. Let's say I did not create those problems. Fine, great. So it is coming from somewhere, right? Don't blame the person. Thank that person. If there is anything, thank you so much for sending the problem my way, because that is my trigger to say thank you again. So whatever the problem happens, all it takes, it's a reminder that I have to increase my frequency to gratitude frequency, close to the consciousness. So any challenge that happens to your life, anytime, it is a trigger. Immediately you trigger because you have practiced so much that, oh, now oh, the boss is going to fire me, or boss is looking that way, he's trying to make a hell out of my life. Thank you so much. Thank you. What happens? Suddenly you go to the frequency. At that time, when you are doing that, you are more open to new opportunities that are coming up because of that boss which you thanked, and hence you went into a higher frequency, which is of the frequency almost close to the frequency of consciousness, where you become a co-creator of your situation with the now the who knows the best. Consciousness knows what is your uh, life supposed to be, right? So yeah, so what you try to understand what that life supposed to be is from the consciousness, you become the co-creator, you create whatever the life that consciousness want to create for you. Beautiful, right? So this is what exactly I did. And after that, life changed, to be very honest with you. Life changed, transformed life. That one simple protocol of, because now I'll tell you that the depth of that protocol will be covered in all the 3 different episodes, that the real depth of it. This is just a teaser for you. Okay. Okay. So what makes up that makes up land up into the highest frequency? That prasad buddhi happen no matter what. So if you even if you, let's say in prasad you have so many stuff like pomegranate is there, apple is there, small pieces are one banana is crushed up banana, already brown banana, and that happens to be in your prarabdha, then you will get that prasad only. So you say thank you so much. You never throw the prasad away, right? Prasad buddhi is what uddhar means. Uddhar means I am operating at the level of consciousness. I am the consciousness. असं असते. प्रसाद बुद्धी झाल्याबरोबर उद्धार उद्धार झालाच, असं आहे. तर मी एक छोटीशी कथा तुम्हाला सांगतो. अहिल्या, तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना नाव माहित असणार. अहिल्या गौतम ऋषीची वाईफ होती. अहिल्या ती ती संत होती. दोघही जण संतच होते, फार उच्च कोटीचे संत होते. पण काय झालं की तिला विवेक बुद्धी थोडी नव्हती. थोडीशी विवेक बुद्धी लॅकिंग होती. तर ते गौतम ऋषी तिला खूप सांगायचं, पण तिला कळत नव्हतं. तर वन डे इंद्र, because of their because of her sadhana, and so Gautam Indra Dev wanted to destroy her sadhana. So what he did was he assumed the form of Gautam Rishi when he had gone to take bath in the river at that time very early in the morning, and uh, he तिला शीलभंग केलं अहिल्याचं त्यांनी. तर तितक्यात गौतम ऋषी आले. तर त्यांनी म्हटलं, अरे तुला मी किती वेळ सांगितलं की असं नाही करायचं. तर ते ते एकदम स्टोन सारखी बघत बसली ती त्यांच्याकडे. तर ते म्हणाले की बरं तू असं करते की तू स्टोनच होऊन जा आता. मग त्यांना श्राप दिला की तू तुम वो बन जाओ, क्या शिला बन जाओ, पत्थर की शिला. एंड दैट वाज सिटिंग देयर. So this was the back history of Ahilya. Now Ramchandraji is already come back from his Gurukul and come back home. At that time, Vishwamitraji wanted to protect his yagya, so he came to request Dashrathji to give him Ram and Lakshman to protect his son, his yagya. And that time, while he took them towards Bihar area, in the area where in the between Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, there is a Chhapra, Ara, Balia, Chhapra, Devoria. That area, this Gautam Rishi's wife Ahilya Sheela was there. That was the place where it was. So Vishwamitraji said, why don't you touch your feet on this Sheela, because this is Ahilya who has got strap, and the strap was that if only Ram, when he comes, only with the dust of his feet only can you will be तुमचा उद्धार होऊ शकणार आहे. तर त्यांनी उद्धार झाले. हे तर स्त्री आहे, मला कसं कसं असं म्हणता की नाही नाही नाही, तुम्हालाच केलं पाहिजे हे. शी इज बेगिंग you to do that. So how do you know that? Okay, touch it, then I will tell you. And he touched it. And that's exactly how she became like she immediately transformed to a effulgent lady, and right there. So in Ramcharitmanas, there is a in Balkand there is a beautiful stuti by Ahilya ji. परसद पद पावन शोक न सावन प्रगट भई तप पुंज सही देखत रघुनायक जन सुखदायक सन्मुख होई कर जोरी रही अति प्रेम अधीरा पुलक शरीरा मुख नहीं आवही बचन कही अतिशय बड़ भागी चरण ही लागी जुगल नयन जलधार बही धीरज मन कीना प्रभु कहु चीना रघुपति कृपा भगति पाई अति निर्मल बानी अस्तुति ठानी ज्ञान गम्य जय रघुराई मैं नारिया पावन प्रभु जग पावन रावण रिपु जन सुखदाई राजीव विलोचन भव भय मोचन पाहि पाहि सर नहीं आई मुनि श्राप जो दीना अति भल कीना परम अनुग्रह मैं माना देख्यउ भरि लोचन भव भय मोचन इहि लाभ शंकर जाना बिनती प्रभु मोरी मैं मति भोरी नाथ न मांगऊ भर आना पद कमल परागा रस अनुरागा मम मन मधुप पकरे पाना जेहि पद सुर सरिता परम पुनीता प्रगट भई शिव शीस धरी सोई पद पंकज जेहि पूजत अज मम सिर धरेहु कृपाल हरि एहि भांति सिधारी गौतम नारी बार बार हरि चरण परी जो अति मन भावा सो बरु पावा गए पति लोक आनंद भरी जो अति मन भावा सो बरु पावा गए पति लोक आनंद भरी. Now in this beautiful depiction of Ahilya Uddhar, she surrendered, Ahilya surrendered to Bhagwan. And these are the Sok Nasavan, means when that happened, when she was so full of gratitude and she Sharanagati ho gayi unki jab, then what happens? Shok Nasavan. Parsad pad pavan, पैर लगते ही शोक नसावन. प्रगट भई तपपुंज, who effulgent lady she became. Infinite gratitude. अतिशय बड़ भागी. अतिशय बड़ भागी means I am thankful beyond comparison. Infinite gratitude. Then Jugal Nayana Jaladhare, melting of the ego. Because the Patthar is basic. What was causing her not to understand Gautam Rishi was her ego. Oh, I am interested only in bhakti. I am not interested in what? Your Advait Vedanta. That ego of a bhakt was destroying her from getting her ego melted. For bhakti, ego is the melting is necessary. What was basically Gautam Rishi telling her was to how to strengthen her bhakti by melting her ego and understand what Lord is all about. But she was stubborn about not doing that. So that's what after that rock, she was become a big rock. After that, after, after the Lord touched her feet, that the feet, and then suddenly melting of the ego happened. Jugal Nayana Jala Dhara Bhai. Aha. Then Raghupati Kripa Bhagati Pai. Infinite grace happens to her. Then what happened? Pahi Pahi Saranahi Ai. Sharanagati ho gayi. Saranahi Ai means Sharanagati. पाई पाई में रक्षा करो प्रभु, रक्षा करो, रक्षा शरण में आ गई हूं. दैट वाज इट. परम अनुग्रह, फियर्स इन एन इन्फिनिट ग्रेस, अहैतुक कृपा. अहैतुक कृपा मीन्स grace for no kripa for no apparent reason. Why kripa for no apparent? Because not because I earned it, but because you are so good. Remember the first prarthana that we chanted, and the first the word of the bird singing, that was word of singing that only. कि परम अनुग्रह हो गया है तो अहेतु की कृपा. Ananya Bhakti, Ras Anuraga, Ras Anuraga, Anurag is a Rag, Anurag, and Ras Anurag. Means juicy Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti. Apart from that, now the Bhakti is so good that the Lord becomes your Bhakti now. That is called Aras Anurag. Lord is pouring his juice, bhakti in you now. You are not responsible for doing any love, any bhakti towards the Lord, but basically it is the Lord who is doing bhakti for you. This is what happens when the transformation of bhakt happens to a totally different level. This is called krityata, fulfillment of the ultimate order. I am so filled with brim with your love that I am just flowing it all over the world now. This is the real deal. This is what it is all about. Uddhar becomes when we become co-creator with the consciousness. How that happens? The thank you protocol has two aspects to it. One is the gratitude component, the thank you aspect, right? And another one is the rhythmic breathing component, the pranayam component. So, so remember that inhalation, hold, exhalation, hold. That is the pranic component, the breathing component, the rhythmic breathing component. And another one is gratitude. This is just inhalation, exhalation, inhalation. My father somehow figured out how to fuse these two things together, the gratitude, thank you component, and the rhythmic component, both. So when these two appear, this is not like one of these gratitude, one of these doesn't become two, because it becomes 11 and multiple fold. The more you do it, the more intense it keeps becoming. Exponential, super exponential growth happens in you. And what happens after that? If you continue to do that, there is another third component which automatically develops. You don't have to develop it. The meditative component. They say you meditate. No, you cannot meditate. In the world, no human being has ever been able to meditate. Yeah, you can become meditative. You can be meditative, but you cannot meditate, because that meditation means, dhyan means your ego is not there. The meditator is lost, completely gone. Non-existence of meditator is meditation actually, right? And that is how you get that peep into the consciousness space. And there is fulfillment. So what we will be discussing next time is this gratitude component. After that, I will discuss this, the science of the neuroscience or the yogic neuroscience aspect of gratitude component, the yogic neuroscience of rhythmic component, the real deal hardcore science data, fMRI data, those kind of stuff we will discuss. And now this is the basically the yogic neuroscience understanding of gratitude per rhythmic pranayam, the deep breathing aspect is basically causing inner transformation of anybody. It is so non-threatening Mickey Mouse technique. It is unbelievable. I mean, I tell you what, whosoever has tried this has like I'm so in the introduction of that book, I was made to write this by Hanumanji Maharaj, none other than my Gurudev. You are writing only for one person in this world, not for anybody. I said, who is that? So you go to the mirror. that's the person you're writing this book for, and nobody else. If you can change, you can transform the universe just by that. And this is exactly what happened. Aho bhav, the gratitude aspect, fulfillment happens in Manipura Chakra. Why Manipura Chakra? Because whenever you feel fulfilled, when you eat your food nicely and all that, you feel fulfilled, right? Fulfillment is this particular gratitude chakra happens in this one. Once this chakra is activated, automatically these two chakra get activated by default. So my father told me that the higher the chakra, the lower the chakras get activated automatically. You don't need to worry about that. That's why they say, why don't you do the Agya chakra meditation, or the uh, Shambhavi Mahamudras, which actually activates all of the chakras below. So this is a beauty of that Agya chakra meditation. But then most people cannot do that, so they keep doing this one by one by one. But the beauty of the thank you protocol is it activates the ahobhav, the Manipura chakra, and then what happens? Prema automatically develops in you, because what happens? You just say, "I am so sorry, dear Lord, I messed up. Please forgive me for my trespasses. I am so sorry." And then what happens? Automatically the let go starts to happen. You don't hold on to anything. You don't hold on to good or bad or evil, nothing, because you know what is Lord is in charge now. You're completely in His hands. So it is just like that. So, and acceptance automatically happens. How this whole process gets one by one, automatically it happens. It is very nicely enumerated in the book, through the stories, which I will not be able to explain to you here. But that's what happens. Acceptance happens, and correct communication happens. Have you ever seen people be are so stubborn sometimes that they say, I am. This is what I am." Yeah, you are right. You are. You are all. You also on the path of the truth. But that sweetness is missing. Even if some people who speak the truth are harsh sometimes, and that doesn't happen. So the communication increases, and then samarpan happens. See, samarpan is the when the bird fell down. That was samarpan, but ego still is there. Sharanagati happens because of not because of the birds falling down there, but because of the Gurudev who held you. That is anugrah. Ahaituk kripa. It is in the hands of the Gurudev that Sharanagati is possible. Sharanagati is not your deal. You have to just wait there for Sharanagati to happen to you. And Gurudev puts the dropper in your mouth, which is the juice of the Lord, right? The dropper, the water in your mouth, it is the juice that the Lord, uh, the Gurudev through that water gives it to you. And that is what it is, the singing part, right? So we will discuss a good deal of the gratitude component in the next episode, and in the third episode we'll talk about the pranayam component. The pranayam, one more thing, consecration. How many people know consecration? Now Ramchandraji's that the Murti's consecration is going on. Consecration means only yogis can consecrate. Only yogis. What happens? They do. They put the deity in front of them. Now it is a stone, but how to make the stone a deity? It is through consecration. So what they do is they make that deity into a form which is, they internalize it through the breath, deep breathing, and then they do that. So the same thing, if a stone can become a deity, how about consecrating our own living human, this whatever body, right? Have you ever understood that consecration of this pranayam, pran प्राण प्रतिष्ठा अपने के अंदर करने के लिए you have to do the pranayam. Pranayam का original essence was to do pran pratishtha of you, so that you become the deity. So how does that happen? We'll discuss in the third episode, and then we'll wrap up in the fourth episode with all the uh, Sharanagati, Hanumanji Sharanagati, Vibhishan Sharanagati in Ramcharitmanas. Ah, it is super juicy. It is was unbelievable, beautiful. You just please hang on to those till the fourth episode. We'll have next episode will be gratitude component, the science of it, the neuroscience of it, then the breathing aspect, the neuroscience of that, how pranayam, how just the breath itself become five, pancha prana. We are just doing the breath thing, but how does that breath become pancha prana? Panch Pran is nothing. The Panchamukhi Hanumanji is there, right? Remember, we all know Panchamukhi Hanumanji. How does one Hanumanji become Panchamukhi? Panchamukhi means five different pranas or five different physiological systems that this breath controls. So, if you are in charge of your breath, proper breathing, you can control your five major what you call physiological system in our body. That is what it is, pran pratishtha. That is consecration of this particular being. Right now, we are just living a dead body. We are not only breathing. So, breathing, the difference between breathing and pranayama is awareness. And so, breathing you don't stop at the pause, like the kumbhak area. You don't stop breathing immediately. Inhale, exhale, no stopping. Whereas when you are doing the pranayam, you are doing the inhalation, block for 7 seconds, and then exhale. Another stop for 7 seconds, and then inhale, stop. This inhalation and block stopping, this is what caused the pran pratishtha of our own body. So once that pran pratishtha happens, then the entire physiology is in your control. You can control it. The only thing involuntary, breath is the only involuntary phenomenon in our body which can be controlled voluntarily. You cannot control digestion voluntarily. You cannot control circulation voluntarily. You cannot control kidney function voluntarily. You cannot control nothing in your nervous system. Sometimes you can't even control your thoughts. Those people who have this delusional disorder and schizophrenia, they are slave of their own thoughts. They can't control that. It's just happening non-stop. So, which means you are a slave to these different things. But if you control your breath properly, mastery over the breath is everything. So we'll discuss that. So infinite gratitude and thanks to everybody for being the part of this satsang and giving me this opportunity to share some of the views. And of course, in the next time, we will talk about the yogic neuroscience understanding of gratitude in the next episode. And this bird is singing, I love you, I love you, I love you. This bird is unbelievable. I love this bird. Thank you so much. And that's it. Thank you.
नमस्कार
Namaste.
शेखर दादा, खरंच थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
Thank you.
ग्रॅटिट्यूड अँड थँक्यू प्रोटोकॉल इतक्या सुंदर पद्धतीने समजावून सांगितलं आणि स्पेशली द बर्डचं एक्झाम्पल तर इट्स लाईक रिअली अमेझिंग. खरंच मनापासून धन्यवाद.
Thank you.
आभार अभिव्यक्त करते.
आता आपण वळूया भजन सेवेकडे. आजची भजन सेवा देणार आहे अमृता कुलकर्णी. अमृता आलेली.
नमस्कार सगळ्यांना.
सो अमृता सनीवेल येथील रहिवासी आहे आणि त्यांनी पंडित नथ निराळकर आणि श्री जीव शेंडे यांच्याकडून संगीताचे धडे घेतले आणि त्या आज परमपूज्य श्री नारायण महाराज लिखित माझी लाज तुला गुरु राया रे हे भजन सादर करणार आहे. आणि भजन झाल्यावर आपण नेहमीप्रमाणे प्रश्नोत्तरे घेणार. अमृता, आर यू रेडी?
लाज तुला गुरुराया रे, माझी लाज तुला, लाज तुला गुरुराया रे, माझी लाज तुला. नर जन्मा परी येऊनिया तव विषयातुर हे सदाची राही नरजन्मा परी येऊनिया तव विषयातुर हे सदाची राही धरी कृपेची छाया रे माझी लाज तुला गुरुराया रे माझी लाज तुला विद्या येथे शिकलो नाही जप तप काही साधत नाही विद्या येथे शिकलो नाही जप तप काही साधत नाही वेडियव घी माया रे माझी लाज तुला गुरुराया रे माझी लाज तुला नारायण म्हणे धावत ये भजना ठाई उभाची राही नारायण म्हणे धावत ये भजना ठाई उभाची राही हीन मी मम काया रे माझी लाज तुला गुरुराया रे माझी लाज तुला गुरुराया रे माझी लाज तुला माझी लाज तुला सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. नमस्कार.
अमृता, फार छान झालं भजन. थँक्यू तुझ्या भजन सेवेबद्दल. आणि आता आपण प्रश्न उत्तरांकडे वळूया. मला एक प्रश्न दिसतो आहे चॅटमध्ये. गिरिजा जोशी यांनी विचारलेला आहे